Shalom Alaikum for all praise and glory. How about Shem Shai by Shem Kwakadash? Dar Alpha no son citation to elect. The lesson I want to get into right now is John 3:16. I know this lesson been done to death, man, but it's still important. I'm just read. First, I'm going to read verbatim what these people believe for John 3:16. And I'm reading it verbatim. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. So what I mean, like, oh, like, see, people believe, like, oh, see, he's here to save everybody. He's come to save everybody. Anyone that believes in Him can go to heaven. Isn't like that, man. When I'm reading the actual verse, I'll put it read. Say, for Yahweh so loved the world that He gave Him only begotten Son, that whosoever whosoever believe Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Now you see the whole world thing, right? People misunderstand the word world. World can mean many things, man. If you go hear some dumb bitch and say, like, well, you're my whole world, stuff like that, bro. That's because it's not literally the whole world, or in fact, fucking LA in Florida, Disney World. It's not the whole world, not the whole Disney World that's out there ready for an amusement park, but a small section. Now you go back to where it means cosmos. It means ordinances or order or government. Now, we're that order, man, of Israelites. Because truly, when Yahushua is speaking this, he's speaking unto the Israelites. Now I'm going to jump back all the way to John chapter 1. It's like John chapter 3, top of the verse. And it reads, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. So this man, right, he was ruler of the Jews. Then the same came to Yahushua by night, and said unto him, Rabbi, we know thou art a teacher come from Yahweh, for a man can do these miracles that thou doest, except Yahweh be with him. So this man, right, he knew that, alright, he's the son of man. Like, because, like, how, like, Kelly was watching miracles. Jump back, I'm going to go to verse 3, and it reads, Yahushua answered and said unto him, verily I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom. So right now, they're talking back to it. They're talking back and forth to Nicodemus to Yahushua. They're talking, man, and let me jump back to it. Let me see this verse real quick. 1 second, okay. I'm trying to ask scriptures because Yahushua knows that he's the ruler of the Israelites right now. Come on. Verse 10, it reads, Yahushua answered and said unto him, art thou the master of Israel, and knowest not these things? So Nicodemus right now is the ruler of Israel. Nicodemus is being all like being born again, like how be born again, not gonna go be pushing my womb and shit. My womb be thinking carnally. But you notice that they're talking to Israelites right now. Yahushua and Nicodemus, they're Israelites. And that's what he meant by the world, the world of Israel. That's everybody. But to improve it though, that's not for everybody. I'm gonna get Matthew 15 and verse 24. You know, it's easy to prove that Yahushua is only for Israelites. He was basically talking to the Israelites, not to everybody else. But it's Matthew 15 and verse 24, and it reads, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep, the house of Israel. So he's saying that I'm not sent to everybody. He's only sent for Israel. That's it. But it's like, well, like, what about the spiritual? Remember something. Last camp, right? Some moment before we started up, it's like, oh, there's this 13, there's the 13th tribe, they awoken. They go like spiritual Israelites. It's like, no, man. You want to be an Israelite, your genealogy, even though we don't check, we just believe by faith, must go back to one of the 12 tribes. Must go back to there, man. But then come and get this is Romans 9. And also, verse 3, and it reads, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. According to the flesh. He specifically says that, man. We're kinsmen according to the flesh. And how do you be a kinsman? Basically, a kinsman basically is like, based in like your next of kin, you're like your relative or something like that. That's your kinsman. And it's who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. So the Israelites are one that pertain to the adoption, not everybody else, only Israel. It says Israelites and the other nation. No, it say who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh and the promise. So only Israel is given the law. Only Israel is pertain to adoption, man. Not all the other nations. Most don't deal with these other nations, man. Truly, he's only dealing with one nation, and that's Israel. Truly, Mosai does not care about the other nations. They're like the other nations are like this, like a spittle out of a drop of the bucket, man. Then my next scripture, though, this is Psalms 147, verse 20, and it reads, "He have not." In fact, I'll start at verse 19. He said, "He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt with so any nation as for his judgments. They have not known them. Praise ye the Most High." They're not dealing with other nations, bro. They said not dealing with any other nations. And it's impossible for everyone to come out of Jacob, man. In fact, I'm going to get that real quick. Because I'm going to go back to where it was. This is like, I was only given this promise that was only given to Jacob. And the kind of this is Genesis 24. I'll start at verse 26 and reads, and his father Isaac said unto him, come near now and kiss me, my son. And come near and kiss him. And he smelled the raiment and blessed him, and said, see, the smell of my son is smell the field which I have blessed, which the Most I have blessed. Therefore Yahweh will give thee the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, and the plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, the nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee, and cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be that blesseth thee. So notice that was given to Jacob, right? But Jacob had a brother. His name was Esau. Now the same blessing wasn't given to Esau, man. No. So that's one nation, right? Because Esau started his own nation, which now we know the Edomites. The so-called white man. But I'm just gonna prove this a bit, man. That there's where other nations already existing already. I'm gonna have to go to Genesis 16 and verse 15. And it reads, and Hagar bare Abraham a son. Abraham called his son, which Hagar bare, Ishmael. And so you see, suck it up. There we go. Let's see, Ishmael was already born, man. And after Ishmael, Abraham bore another son named Isaac. But so Ishmael was a bastard. He just went out, man. Ishmael, we know about the Ishmaelites that bear all the Philistines and stuff like that, man. But back, I want to get into Genesis, chapter 5 and verse 32. And it reads, and Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And so there's, it's like, I can't even listen up. So here we got two other, so if you, the genealogy of it, man, that Abraham came out of Shem. So about Ham and Japheth, they're about started a nation, right? Ham was father of dark-races, except the Israelites, man. They see all those Africans, they see all those Africans. So it proves that it was only given to Jacob and his people, and to the 12 tribes of Israel, and down forth, man, to we are today. That's what I'm getting. I said that. I hope that's edifying of all praise and glory. How about Shema Shabbat, Next talk, Shalom.